Hello and welcome back to the Checkpoint Reach podcast. I'm your host Luke Eldon. As ever, I'm joined by my fellow gamers and friends, Sudden Perks. How you doing, guys?
Good.
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 New year, innit? So
New year, new you.
new year, new me.
Always good.
Yeah.
That's not that new, actually. Always good.
No, it doesn't feel much different though. To be honest, I don't feel.
It doesn't feel
different.
any different.
Mate, it never did.
really
No.
You know, you get all these people on social media saying, "Oh, look at these 10-year photos," and it's like, yeah, but
Not much has changed.
You've not changed in 10 years. I mean, really.
I will say it is good to be back doing a video podcast rather than just the audio ones we've been doing over the holiday break.
It is.
Yeah.
We're all back together.
Yeah.
As,
Boys are back in
the
town.
boys are back in town.
We got the two mascots fast asleep.
Yeah.
Which is
the dog's
good.
off screen. Well, yeah, he is. Yeah. He's asleep. The big guy is asleep.
For now.
Got a few problems, haven't we?
For now.
Yeah.
But
hopefully that isn't
hopefully
a
that
hint
stays
to
the
how
case.
this podcast will be when he's asleep. But anyway, we'll just jump straight into it with topic number one because, well, we've got quite a bit to cover with PlayStation news. So topic number one is that PlayStation will outsell the Xbox Series X this year, or at least that's what one analyst is predicting. More specifically, IHS Market Technologies' Pierce Hardin Rolls recently came out and made the claim that he expects a next-gen PlayStation console to outsell its biggest space competitor at launch. And just for, a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Context, yeah. There you go. The Xbox One sales was 41 million units and the PS4 sales was 86.1 million units. So this is a really bold prediction.
Although I guess with the Xbox One, it's always a guess because they've never actually properly...
Yeah, they don't do proper figures, do they?
No, but I can tell you it's
like
not 86.1 million.
No.
And that PS4 one's 106 now.
Is it?
So that must be... It must be old. I don't know where he's got his...
I googled it.
But
Either way, the PlayStation's figures far excel.
Yeah, I think they announced it at that CES thing yesterday, 106 million, so...
Mate,
it's fair to say PS4's dominated this generation, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if Xbox is on around, what would you say, 40 to 45 million, we think,
We
probably?
expect, yeah.
Yeah,
They did pull it back, though. From the beginning, they have slowly...
I've got to say, I think without them pulling it back, then that figure could have been way worse.
Oh yeah, it would have been a lot more than twice as
many. Could have been like Wii U numbers,
the
way it was looking, so...
They've only got themselves to blame, though. I mean, horrific launch.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Horrific launch. I mean, me and you, I think we all watched it live, actually, but me and you stayed up later than everyone. Just tweeting out, like, it's the end of Xbox.
The end.
Well, not, obviously, we were being dramatic, but...
I think we all thought that when they were revealed. It was like, what is this? Like,
just felt like they've lost that. That's a bad start. Because PS5 came out and said like one thing, didn't they?
This how you play games.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Everyone just like, whee!
Yeah, this is how you trade a PS4 game.
Just share a game with your friends or something.
Yeah, it was. Hey, brilliant marketing on the stage. Just when your competitor gives you an open goal.
Oh yeah.
Take it.
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean, sometimes you miss open goals, but they didn't in this occasion.
No, I mean it was really easy not to miss this one.
Really
I still maintain that they had no intention of doing that before the conference.
No, they probably didn't.
And then they saw what Xbox did and they were like, let's just completely meme them. And
you could tell that by the presentation. It looked really amateurish, didn't it? As if it had been thrown together in an hour or something.
That was kind of the point of it, though. It was supposed to be like, what would a normal person do? Like, here you go.
So. To be honest, though, it was probably like, we've got... They usually have similar things, don't they? Let's be honest. So they probably, like you said, we've got similar ideas, and then they've seen the reactions to that and they've gone, should we change? Yeah, let's change that.
Yeah.
Because so many more sales have been made because of that little tweak.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they would have been absolutely... I don't even want to know how many sales they would have got without changing.
Because if they would have stuck with the DRM.
It's funny, though, because you look now and you think in the future, you go, people wouldn't even be probably as bothered now.
No.
Because the world's gone more digital.
But at the time...
it was terrible.
We've spoken about this before. Sometimes we've said about Xbox or Microsoft, it feels like they're a little bit too ahead. Like they're always thinking of the next thing, but sometimes they bring it out, that's too early.
Shoot too soon.
Yeah, because like a few years later, someone else does it, and you're like, oh yeah, Xbox trying to do that, but it works now.
Yeah.
I feel like with this Xbox Series X, they're kind of bringing that back towards more being a bit more cautious. I'm not trying to say like too many outlandish things at launch. I think they need to just sort of rein it in a bit, and just be a bit. I wouldn't say safer. That's not really the word because they probably need to. I don't think safe's the right word, but I think they do need to sort of be less ambitious with like, oh well, going to do this and we're going to transform the industry. Just make a good console.
One of
Just
the
make a
big
good
things,
box,
one of the big rumours was that it wasn't going to have a disk drive, wasn't it? So they've stuck with that, and they do have a disk drive, or at least on the main console.
We don't know. There's still a lot of rumours flying around they're going to do 2 SKUs.
Yeah.
And maybe the
lesser one could
have not a disk drive. It could be like really cheap.
Yeah.
But they could have, again, though, just completely like renegated and been like, no, this is it. This is the digital age. We're bringing it now, and people would have just switched off.
What I would say is, though, I don't know how you feel about that strategy of sort of having... because we'll go into it in a minute, but it seems like the Series X is going to be very, very powerful. By what we've heard. Like, they're really going to go for it. So I think it's going to be quite expensive. I can't see it being cheap. You're talking maybe even 500, I think, possibly.
I would be amazed if it was less than 500.
For what they're talking about, like 12 teraflops of power. So do you think the other one will be maybe like 300 without a disk drive and try and get people in that way?
Do you think it would need to be more expensive than the X is?
The
like
new one?
The Xbox One X now, like the
How much was the Xbox One X when it first came out?
No, I mean like now. Would it need to be?
Oh, I get you.
The mid SKU needs to be the same price.
Or I think it needs to be
around
possibly even a little bit cheaper.
That.
If it's not got a disk drive as well.
Yeah.
Because that takes away probably 50, 60 quid. So
right.
I think you're talking 300, 350 for the lower SKU. Because what's the X? That's actually cheap. That's about 300 now, isn't it?
It changes all the time now.
I think it's around 300, 350. I think it needs to be about the same.
I think so.
Because apparently it's going to have the similar amount of power to the X, lower SKU, which I find a bit weird. I thought they'd have maybe still gone a bit more. Because that narrative's going to be like, oh, what's the point? You may as well just get an Xbox One X. But
yeah,
because they're all going to run the same games. I mean,
exactly. You know? Like, I understand the whole family of consoles thing, but I don't think it needs a stepping stone SKU. Like,
why don't they just reduce the new console? I think they should just reduce the price of the X.
Exactly.
If they reduce the price of the X to like $250, I'd sell. I think next holiday.
Well, the X, like, I know it's not going to stand up to the Series X, but it's still going to be a really powerful console.
And if they actually say, well, a lot of new games are going to run on the X as well, that might get people to think, oh, well, I don't need to buy this. I can buy this one. But we'll see, I guess. But it's interesting with the PS5, isn't it? The rumours that it's going to be less powerful.
Do you think people really care about power?
I don't know anymore because there was
they did.
They did.
Yeah,
it seems to have shifted now. I don't know whether that's like a bias thing or whatever, but
because I must admit, I was actually going to say I've noticed a trend where people seem to care less because I don't know, there's not really too much difference these days. Whereas back when we were growing up, it used to be like, whoa, that's the most powerful console, and it's by quite a distance.
But to be honest with you, even when they came out, there wasn't that much difference. Like the PS4 was a bit more powerful. But to be honest, it was pretty negligible, wasn't it?
I think the reason...
The odd game ran at 1080p compared to 900p, and there was all this like...
there was that, really, but I think the big thing that hooked people with power last time out was that there was a big jump from the previous gen, from like 360 to Xbox One, and such. So now I don't think we're going to get such a drastic improvement. We know we're getting higher numbers in terms of the teraflops. We know we're getting an SSD instead of a
I think the improvements will be in the frame rate and stuff like that, you'd hope.
Yeah.
Like stabler frame rates, more games at 60 frames per second, more games running natively 4K, because there's still some games that don't run native 4K.
Well, we hope. We imagine that will be a thing.
I was thinking though, do you think as well people are more educated? Knowing more about the powers, because I mean, a simple thing I'll use is someone buying a 4K TV when they first came out and be like, "Yeah, I got a 4K TV," and having like a 360 play on it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And expecting the quality, but then realizing, oh shit, actually, only certain consoles can play that. Because I do think that because obviously the tech becomes more prominent and it's not as new, so then people learn more about it. And I think that's played a part.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I'm not saying people are uneducated. I'm just saying it's the same with me. I wouldn't have known when they first came out. I'd have been like, oh wow, okay. But then obviously the more
with time,
common
they
become,
educated.
Yeah, I became more educated.
Just with the rise of even like the rise of Twitter.
Skywalker.
Yeah.
I think
we've mentioned Star Wars in this podcast, but well, there you go.
Or maybe that way.
He came prepared. Came prepared.
But yeah, even with just the rise of social media in the last 5-6 years, it's grown again. So it's like people just know more now. Leaks happen more. Yeah. You know, people are more educated about it. So I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one with the power thing because I agree. I don't think there's going to be as much mention of it. And I think Microsoft would probably want there to be more mention of it. I think Microsoft, it'd be handy for them for it to be like, oh, big thing again. But I don't think people are as...
They're definitely going to do it, though, because don't forget, they marketed the X as the world's most powerful console. So they're not just going to stop that.
Interestingly, they haven't actually said that, have they?
Not this time.
They were probably waiting to find out
they probably can't,
specifics,
I guess.
Otherwise they're going to
Although you'd imagine they know. They'll know what.
Surely...
By now, they'll both know what each other's doing.
Surely
I mean, it's not...
Just to be safe.
Hardcore gamers will probably care more about power.
Yeah.
But they're not big enough, are they, the market?
Not.
Because look at PlayStation, they appeal to the casual gamers.
Right.
That's true.
Most casual gamers I know, and I know a lot, and they own PlayStation, and they barely play it.
And they just play Fortnite, or they play FIFA, or...
Yeah, or just the bog standard, AAA games.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's not a dig at them, obviously, that's fine, but the PlayStation cracked the casual gamer, and it's a lot bigger than the hardcore gamer. There is, obviously, a big hardcore game, but just, if you can get the casual gamers, man, you're going to make so much money.
I think they're going to try, and I think Microsoft are going to try and play on that, and try and be like, the Xbox, this is where you play if you're a hardcore gamer. Yeah. Most power, best frame
That's
rates.
what they've already done with the X, then. They're not going to...
But I think they're going to carry it on. I think they're going to really try and hone in on that and go, if you want to be the top, you'll get, the top of the game with latest specs. You've got to get an Xbox. But I think, again, the big thing for me is going to be software. That's going to be the key.
Yeah.
And that's where we all know PlayStation have a big advantage.
Going to need games.
And Xbox really have to... We always say this every year, don't we? This is going to be the big... This really is a key E3 for Xbox.
Yeah.
They can no longer be, we're showing off these sort of... And there's nothing wrong with them. Look, I get that people like these AA sort of cartoony yes, they do serve a purpose on the console, but they need to really show photorealistic AAA games now, because that's what's going to get them people over.
Yeah. They need the trailers and the releases where it says actual in-game footage rather than not realistic to the game.
I thought they'd made a good start.
Stop running it on PCs.
They made a good start with Hellblade, because that looks like a photorealistic. It looks to me, I know you haven't played the first Hellblade. The first Hellblade was a really good game, but it looked like it was limited by its budget. This one to me looks like they're going, this is double the sort of the budget, AAA. I mean, look really good.
It is a AAA game. It has to be.
Yeah, it has to be.
It looks...
But they need,
really
that's not enough.
values.
We know that's not enough. They need another at least 3 or 4 of them.
And they can't be way off in the distance. You can't have, I know games are going to be cross-gen, you can play on the X and stuff, but they can't release the new console and then
2025
there's just nothing.
It
needs to be something to make people a little bit inspired.
I think there needs to be games that are released in the next couple of years as well. Like some of them probably won't be, but even if the game's released in 2023, I think they need to announce them. They work with PlayStation. Look at The Last of Us, that was announced in 2014, 2015. It's still not out, so I think...
I just can't see Xbox clawing anything back.
Until it happens, you don't believe it.
Yeah, I know.
It's like...
I just can't... I feel like the PS4 did so well.
It did.
And it's in people's forefront of their mind how much they love the console that it's going to be really hard to pry them away.
They've got a chance, though. They've got that Studio Initiative, which is meant to be working on they say a quadruple A title, which come on.
But don't you feel like...
Staffed in it saying it like
Don't you feel like, though, that's not going to reap the rewards until a few years later? That ain't going to work.
It's
on
not going to be
release.
right now, no.
No,
that game's not coming. It's not going to be coming out for a while either.
No, but they're going to have to make games that are like Last of Us, where people are talking about it so much. Like, I'm going to buy an Xbox to play that. Yeah. So that's a few years away.
Definitely. But this is what I mean. I know people are probably sick of hearing the whole patience thing, but I think Xbox gamers are going to have patience again. It's going to still be another 2 or 3 years, I think, before you see the proper fruits of these studio acquisitions. I mean, look, Hellblade 2 looks like that's got to be a launch game, I would assume. Or at least early 2021. That has to come out pretty soon, I think.
They need something.
Either launch or early 2021. I mean, they've got Playground Games' rumoured Fable game. You'd hope that comes out of the gate with a realistic trailer, and that could be closer than we think, because they've been working on that game for a while
now. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
So that could be 2021, 2022. If it even is Fable, we assume it is, because they're the strongest.
The assumption's there.
They've got the Initiative as well, so that's 2 in the pipeline. It could be AAA. We don't know what other studios they've got working on. So 343, the Coalition, are they going to have a surprise game, or is it just going to be Gears and Halo again?
Gears and Halo
game.
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be interesting. But I think the problem I've got now is that all PlayStation 5 has to do is go, Horizon Zero Dawn 2 trailer, God of War 2 trailer, Spider-Man 2 trailer.
But a
new Uncharted game, and it's like...
They've earned that.
Yeah, they built that. That's money in the bank over time.
They've given us quality game after quality game that they have now earned the right that when they drop a Spider-Man 2 trailer, I'm picking my favourite there, but for me, I'm going to be like, wow, I can't wait to play that.
And that's my only worry, that even if Xbox say the initiative, their new game looks great, or Fable, it's like, yeah, but then PlayStation just go Horizon Zero Dawn 2, and it's like people are just going to lose their minds, God of War 2, it's like, they're just stronger at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah.
Back
in the
have
day,
now,
this used to be Halo.
Exactly what I was going to say. Like, we used to have that where the next Halo trailer would drop and everyone would lose their mind.
Gears 2 drops or whatever.
Whether even like when BioShock started as an exclusive, didn't it?
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect started as an
amazing.
exclusive.
It's unbelievable to think they had them as exclusives at that point.
So when those games came around, it was like, oh my god, like this is a massive hitter, and now it's completely flipped.
Yep.
PlayStation has that, Xbox doesn't.
I will say as well, a big advantage that Xbox do have at the minute, which is probably being understated, I think, a lot, is Game Pass.
Yeah,
Game Pass. That is a big thing at the minute, because
actually.
That's good for the casuals and the hardcore gamers, but that is a casual.
But it's
tool.
a good what's the right word I'm looking for? It's a good sort of narrative to have as well with Game Pass, isn't it? And the value of it. That's all people go on about.
PlayStation, though, is going to come back with something.
They are, and PlayStation now is slightly improved, but they're still
surely going to improve it even more.
It's still nowhere near at the level of Game Pass.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure they're going to improve it by launch that much to be as so Game Pass might, persuade some people.
Do you think Xbox marketing should go down the route like Game Pass and Netflix of gaming? Because you think how many casual people have Netflix. If you could turn the casuals to be like, oh, I only have to pay £10, I can play all those games.
Is that not kind of what they're already doing in a way?
Well,
they
I've
haven't
never really
said it like that,
but that's how I'd be pushing it.
Yeah.
I think it's really hard though when you launch a £500 console to turn around and go, we're the Netflix of gaming.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really tie in.
Although for a
that would
fact,
be the main push.
They are going to mention
Game
Game Pass in every single sentence.
Oh yeah,
So they should,
because they're going to say, and you have 300 games at launch already there.
Yeah.
Whereas we don't know if PlayStation are going to do that. So
no. And just quickly touching on the IPs of back in the day, Halo and Gears and stuff. Yep. I think the biggest thing though as well that Microsoft failed with is they relied on them too much. It became stale in the end. Whereas these PS5 ones, I mean, most of them are new IPs.
Yeah.
I mean, I know God of War.
There's going to be a lot of sequels now, but...
Yeah, I mean, God of War's been around for a long time.
Yeah,
just because they released
felt like
a game
IP though, didn't it?
Yeah,
it was like a reboot.
They did rejuvenate the series.
Zero.
But like with Horizon Zero Dawn and
Spider-Man, technically, I mean, not really a new IP, but it was a new story.
It's a new way of producing the game.
Yeah,
it's a bit like when the Batman games came along for the first time, like a new way of presenting them. So that's okay.
But even like Ghost of Tsushima, which is coming out, it's a new IP. I know it's coming to PS4. Bloodborne, stuff like that. So they've had new IPs this gen, haven't they?
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, yeah. I mean, that's a one-off game.
To be fair, like there are tens of AAA new IPs from PlayStation. And like, it's pretty much what you alluded to before. It's like Xbox needs to do that now, but it needs the time. Like it doesn't have the money in the bank to say, here's all our new IPs, like trust that they're going to be good. They might be crap.
I do think as well.
Yeah, and it feels like most of them will. I just remember Sea of Thieves being so disappointing. I mean, to be fair to Perks, he warned us. He was like, I am not getting that game. And Matty was like, go on, it's on Game Pass, let's try it. I was like, go on, Perks, can't be that bad. Me and you played it that one night.
Could be that bad.
All we kept doing was playing the Daniel Bryan tune. What is that thing even called?
I've got to say though, like we always say, it did produce one of the funniest moments ever in Xbox Live history, didn't it?
Executing that poor guy on the beach.
So fun,
that was a great moment.
That game had potential for funny moments like that, to be fair.
It had potential, but
it just wasn't. It wasn't fun. It was boring, to be honest.
So boring.
I tell you what, I had one of the best waters I've seen in gaming though.
Yeah,
waters,
great. That's why people play games, isn't it? To stare at the water.
I did actually play it. I went on it again on my own one night, and my girlfriend was sat behind me, and I remember playing it. And the one thing I actually turned around and I said, "Look how good that water is." And then she was like, "Oh yeah, cool. So what do you do on it?" I was like, look how good the water is. I was like, that's it, really.
Yeah.
That was it. There was nothing else to do.
Good job, guys.
There's some quests that are impossible. Well, we couldn't do them.
Oh yeah, I didn't get it. First quest?
The quests aren't even fun.
No, they're not.
Go and dig up treasure on the
Go
X
and
marks
kill
the
a skeleton or whatever.
It's always the same cycle of enemies, and it's horrible.
But they've got a chance to reset with this generation. They've really got a chance to be like,
Yeah, they are.
I'm still expecting there's going to be some cartoon. I'm not saying they can't have any cartoony sort of games or
no, but people do like stylized games and indie games, double A's. Yeah. People love that kind of stuff, but they have to be the supplement to the big hitters.
That's the key.
They can't be.
That's the key.
This is what we've got.
Do The one thing they need to that they shouldn't do, in my opinion, is chase trends.
No.
Because
they're not with VR, are they?
No.
They're not really going for it. I mean...
Because that's going to leave you trying to play catch-up all the time, especially if you're too slow to the curve.
Well, the thing is, PlayStation are already there with it now anyway.
Yeah.
So there's no point, like... And I don't think PlayStation VR's... I think it's done quite well, but it's not done, like...
I've got it. It's
amazing numbers. It's not...
It's alright.
It's alright. It's just
good.
okay.
It's a fun experience, but then I must admit, you're done after 40 minutes maybe tops. Because it's a bit like, there's no real game I want to... I've got Skyrim VR, right?
Yeah.
And
you said it was horrible, didn't you?
It was disgusting. And all I could think was, though, this game could be like, what, like 100 hours? If I wanted
it can be as long as you want it to
Why
be.
the fuck would I want to play that in VR for 100 hours?
The thing
it's
is,
horrible.
It's the sort of game. That's the sort of game you want to play in long sessions. Guys.
Yeah, exactly.
3-4
I don't
hour
want to be...
sessions. You're not playing that for more than half an hour.
No.
Without feeling sick. So, yeah, it needs a lot of work, VR still, doesn't it, for me?
Well,
it's getting better, I think. VR games are getting better slowly but surely. It's a slow process.
The Spider-Man thing was fun. The graphics are awful, but the Spider-Man was fun.
But just going back to Xbox a minute, I think Halo is going to be big for them. Launching with a new console, that's always going to be big. That might persuade a few people, maybe, but
has it got the same sway?
It doesn't. But they need Halo. They really need this Halo to be back up with like Halo 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
they need it to be back to its best. And they can't do a Halo 4 or Halo 5 because they were like.
I don't think it will be like that. But my biggest concern about Infinite is like we still don't know
anything
what it is.
But that's kind of exciting in a way because it's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but it's also it creates like a bit of apprehension for me at least because it's like, is it the next mainline Halo game? Is it just a linear campaign with multiplayer like always, or is it a shared world game? Does it have this? Does it have that?
Don't go down the shared.
We've talked about Halo Battle Royale coming for like a long time. Is that going to be tacked on? Like,
you think they're
what
not
is
daft?
Infinite?
I think they should know that the main experience is the campaign and multiplayer.
Guys, if they honestly, if that became a shared world, surely that would disappoint you.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
depends how it's presented.
You do like Destiny and stuff.
I do, but
depends how it's presented.
Yeah, exactly. It would have to be amazing, and it would have to be amazing at launch because games like that they turn people off so quick.
I don't think it will.
And they'd be competing against Bungie.
I don't think it will be.
That would be interesting.
I'd be very shocked if it was a shared world show. I don't think it will be. I really don't think it will be.
I don't think. But do you know what I mean? Like they might have some kind of hub area.
Yeah, they probably
with some
will.
kind
Yeah,
of like again topical thing.
Hopefully not.
The tower.
Not the tower.
Yeah.
Spartans
walk. No, there is the farm.
Oh right, okay.
The farms.
Yeah.
Spartan farm.
Sierra 1-1 tower. It's.
That should be good.
Yeah.
But I think with Halo. Do you know what? I've been playing Halo Reach on.
I know, I've seen.
Yeah. On
Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, and Halo when it's at its best is great. It really is. Even Halo Reach going back, it's like this was a great. Like I know some people like dismissed Halo Reach a bit, didn't they? But that is a great campaign.
You know what?
Halo Reach.
Reach is not one to
Halo
dismiss. Reach is a great.
That is the only campaign of Halo I've completed.
Halo Reach.
I played Halo Reach campaign.
Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
It's a really good story. It's kind of
sad ending,
tragic story, but it's good, and that's what I want from Halo Infinite. I want a proper story again. Like, let's be honest, Halo 5 was terrible. The story was kind of.
I don't think enough people liked Halo 5.
And if
I can't believe I actually completed Halo Reach.
Yeah.
I can't believe
How did I end up
I can't
playing
even believe you played a Halo game. Like you're so.
I borrowed the Master Chief Collection off you.
Yeah.
I hate.
You played the first one, didn't you? The first one's rough.
I played the first one because it came with my original Xbox when I was a kid, and that was my time to get into it, and I could not get into it. I tried, and then the worst thing I ever did was not get into the game and play that knob on multiplayer. That ruined the game for me.
Yeah, that's enough.
What was it? Oh, I can't remember. Has taken the lead. That's all I used to hear.
Basically.
Yeah, commentary. Yeah.
However, I will admit, the nights we used to have when the lads like me, you, Bobby, Chubbs, Duff, and everyone on the original Xbox, that was good.
Yeah.
Especially when anyone would get killed by me. Because that's when
Chubbs. Like, Chubbs was
he alright?
Yeah, he... middle of the road.
By the way, can I just say, Chubbs actually gave me a bit of advice the only time I ever beat you on Halo. Pistol whip. I just kept shooting you with a pistol and you got really annoyed because Chubbs had beat you the week before using pistol only.
Using pistol only, but... And again, like anyone who's ever played Halo will know, like there is a range to guns. Like they fall off at certain ranges. They don't kill you past a certain point. And he was cross-mapping me with this pistol.
Yeah, because it was on the map with the...
It was on Sidewinder, I think.
Is that the space in the middle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think... Was it Sidewinder?
I'm thinking the one that's like a ship, I think, and it's got like just this literal space in the middle, and you can just fall down the middle.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't that
It's one of the best ones
that he killed me on anyway. But yeah, he was cross-mapping me with the pistol, and I was like, I don't know what was going on. Like the damage should have fell off like long before that, but it didn't.
You were quality at that game.
Times have changed. I didn't last very long. I was good at Halo 1, decent at Halo 2, and then I was alright at Halo 3, but yeah, since then, not good.
But yeah, just playing Halo Reach, I don't know, it's made me like kind of, it's like, this is what I want from Halo, please, Halo Infinite, just do this, that's what I want. But
are you not apprehensive like I am though? Do you not think there's going to be something unnecessary?
Yeah,
about
it wouldn't
it?
shock me. I don't think 343, as good as 343 could make this game, I don't think they've got the magic of Bungie. There's something missing. Bungie just needs to have that magic. I don't know if they've still got it now with Destiny, I don't know because I don't play Destiny, but there's something about what they do with them games.
They do have it, but in spurts.
Yeah, in different ways.
But yeah, it's not a constant thing like it used to be.
But even with the story elements in the Bungie Halos, there's just something that's just right with them.
Yeah.
The tone is right. Whereas I think 343 haven't quite got the tone right yet, but we'll see. They've had a long time to work on this game, 5 years to work on it. There's no excuse. If this one's bad, there's no excuse.
Yeah.
So
well, I just want to bring it back.
Yeah, that's fine.
Simple question. Do you agree with the analyst that PlayStation 5 will outsell the Xbox One X?
Yeah.
It's not even a question.
Series X,
it will.
Yeah.
It will.
100%.
Look, I think he also says, doesn't he, thinks they'll both sell more than the respective. I'm actually not so sure about that. I don't know about that. I don't know if there's as much of an appetite for a new console as there was in 2012. It might change throughout the year, but
don't forget though, you can have the new.
I mean, you said yourself, didn't you?
Kids coming through, they're gonna want.
Yeah, but you said yourself, didn't you? Not quite as excited as you were last time.
No, but don't forget, we are older.
I know, that is true. But actually, we'll see. I guess we'll see. But what about? So just going quickly back. What about the rumor about PlayStation having PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4 back compat? I think that'll make a difference. Could make a difference.
I don't think it sells consoles.
Do you not think it's quite enticing though?
It's a nice feature.
I mean, I like it because there's a load of PS1 and PS2 games that.
Well, they reckon as well that you could actually put the disc in. I'm not sure about that. If you got to put
I've got Metal Gear still on PS1 waiting for me.
I mean, can you imagine if you could put Metal Gear 1 in, but with better frame rates and stuff? That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably still play PS1 now on a PlayStation 1. I'm not Metal Gear 1.
But what I was going to say was if it's wrong and they didn't have that back compat.
It's only a rumor, like.
Yeah, it's a rumor. Stress, it's a rumor.
I mean, can you imagine if they didn't even have PS4 back compat?
They will though.
They will because they can't not, can they?
Back compat.
That'd be an absolute. That'd be like an Xbox One slash reveal if they said they didn't have back compat. Because that's just an expectation, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I'm so on my own on this one though. Like I miss the days. I miss the days of having the new console and being like, this is the new range of games.
What, you don't like being able to play backward?
I don't really care. Like for me, like if I'm buying a £500 console and that's what we're throwing out as a ballpark figure, I want the new things to be relevant to what I'm doing now. I don't want to buy a £500 console and having everybody who didn't buy one having the exact same stuff as me.
But you will have new games that they shouldn't be able to play.
But they're going to be playable on Xbox One X.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I'm getting the only. I know I'm being facetious here. Like the only thing I'm getting, it's just power. I'm just getting like a different disk drive.
And look, if you play on the Xbox One X, they won't run anywhere near as well as on the new one.
No,
but it's the same game.
Yeah, like I like that
That's
upgrade.
why I'm tempted to buy an Xbox One X and a PS5.
Yeah,
you might as well.
Well, that's why I'm probably going to get a PS5 because look, maybe there will be some games that run on PS4 Pro, but I just don't get the same sense with Sony that'll happen.
No, I've got a
God of War 2. I can't see running on the PS4. I might be wrong, but and I have an X. I only have a normal PS4, so it makes more sense for me to get the PS5 and keep the X.
Yeah,
because I will be able to play
because
Halo.
Because you're going to play the games, right?
So, but I'm worried. I hope that's not a common thing because that's not good for Xbox if people think like that.
No, I agree.
In my opinion,
I think a lot of people, especially in your position when you've currently got the limit of both, like why would you upgrade? Providing you play like a split of games, why would you upgrade the Xbox and leave the PlayStation?
No, it doesn't make sense because the Xbox is more powerful.
If you only have one, I think that's a different question.
That's a different question entirely, but it'd be interesting to see if back compat does make a difference or not.
I must admit, I love back compat.
Yeah, I think it's great.
We disagree there, but I mean, when the Xbox One couldn't play 360 games for a bit, that disappointed me because there's just sometimes you just get the feeling of the nostalgia and you think, I want to just play it. I mean, I have luckily still got a 360 that works somehow, and I I don't know. I don't want to set that up when I can just go on the Xbox and
It's
play
like,
it. I'm
for
still going to
example-
play the new stuff.
It's like, for example, I mean, going back to play Mass Effect, it's great because
I
there
play
isn't a
Knights
good
of
Mass
Republic.
Effect anymore.
I
So.
play Knights of the Republic on there.
Yeah.
It's an Xbox original.
I mean, people
game.
are different. Some people don't like going back, but like I love going back to games like Mass Effect and stuff. It's just great.
To be honest, I don't see why they shouldn't. No. And I do understand your argument slightly. I just disagree because
it doesn't make sense for not to do it.
You're going to get the new stuff, and if you don't want to play the old stuff, you just don't.
Yeah, that's it.
But I'd rather have the option to turn around and go, actually, I want to play that.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, I don't dislike back compat. It's an amazing feature. Yeah. It's just
not for you.
I don't care personally.
Yeah.
But if consoles just did away with it, that's a really bad thing. It's great that it exists.
Remember how fun Gears 1 was?
Going back to Gears 1?
Last year? When we went back and we got that Argentine kid on our team? He was alright.
Yeah, you go back to that game now, there'll be no one playing.
Yeah,
no, we've tried. We've tried to go back.
Unfortunately,
it was fun.
I wish there was a Renaissance.
Remember me and you played Mansion? That guy was glitching off the map on our team.
So
he was
boring.
messaging me. Do you want to learn how to do it, mate? It's like how many
games?
years
10 years old, mate. No,
people have moved on. But did you see your point? Unfortunately for you, that's not going to be the case because I think what's going to happen is. You're going to turn the Xbox on, it's going to be like Game Pass, here's 300 games from Xbox One to download.
I don't mind that. I'm not trust me, I'm not crapping on backwards compat. It's a great feature. Yeah. It should exist. I'm just for me personally, I want, that's fine. I want that to be a thing. But
not the only thing.
I also want the swing to the next gen. I don't want to play the next gen console and be stuck in the past.
You want there to be a reason why you should.
Exactly. Not just power.
I think that they'd be stupid to have the mindset of we give them a new console, they can wait for new games because they can play the old. If that's what you're alluding to, they should definitely just be no, here's the new games. That's just a caveat. If you want to go back, you can, but we're not focusing on that.
That's my point. Exactly.
Do you know what else I think they're going to do? I think they're going to really push this hard as well. With Game Pass, games come every month. I think what they're going to start doing is new indie games that come out,
on Game Pass, straight away.
Because it's you have got new games. It might not be the AAA games, but you've got new.
Mate, I'd play them.
Yeah, I probably would as well.
Give them a go if they did that. To be fair.
But I don't want that to be the only thing. That'd frustrate me if it was a year of just indie games on Game Pass. That's not what I bought.
It's pretty good so far though. Game Pass. I mean, PES.
Game Pass has been great.
It's only been out for 2 months, hasn't it?
That speaks volumes for Konami's struggles.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I mean, I like it.
Yeah,
it's a great game.
We need to touch on one more thing: the new PS5 logo.
Yeah, that looks exactly like we probably all thought it was going to look. It looks exactly like what I'd expect. Yeah, there's literally nothing surprising about it.
They took to the 5.
Well, yeah, or they flipped the 2 upside down. Yeah. That's the meme today. I
think that's fine. I don't mind them just going for it's simple, effective, isn't it?
Mm.
This is what people have come to expect, though, and this is why, they don't need to innovate. They already have the mind share of people. Don't change it. Don't, put up a wall and make people think, oh, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Literally just do what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Ride that wave. Don't risk doing anything weird. Don't change the logo. Don't change the branding. Just literally go. 5.
Yeah.
Done. I mean, that's an easy job.
We've seen the Xbox. We've seen the Xbox Series X logo as well. It's kind of just like Xbox Series X, isn't it? So
that may well change.
I think Xbox are just going for their logo of the Xbox, the green with the white. That's just they're just calling it the Xbox now, aren't they? That is what it is. Everything's Xbox.
Family.
Family.
Familia.
I get the sense you're not keen on that term. The family of consoles.
I don't think he cares.
I don't care.
Feel a bit cheesy.
It feels a bit casual.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, not much change with the PS5 logo. They've kept it pretty familiar and similar. So I don't think too many people are bothered. Do you really?
No, I don't think so. I think that's fine, to be honest. I think it's simple and effective. So
they did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
They basically got a template now for years to come.
Yeah.
No dramas.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. So. Anyway, we'll go on to the last topic of the day. Well, second, but still last, isn't it? Bayonetta Director calls out the Nintendo Switch's crappy menu. Hideki Kamiya?
Hideki Kamiya? Yeah. Hideki Kamiya, I think.
Hideki Kamiya, the director of games like Resident Evil 2 and Bayonetta, called out the fact that there's no way to sort games in the sales section of the eShop or organise games into folders on the home screen. He even goes as far to say that Nintendo Switch's home screen is shit.
Not
pulling any punches.
Yeah, not pulling any punches there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what to think of that. I mean, I guess.
I haven't played the Switch. I don't know what the menu's like, but you do.
Yeah.
So.
I think they're slick menus, but I do understand where he's coming from with the organisation.
Yeah.
Feels a little bit basic and a little bit simple. And what's annoying is the 3DS had an organising and feature where you could and this one doesn't, so it feels a bit like.
And this is an advancement.
Yeah.
So strange.
It's a little bit strange, but to be fair, apparently he says he's quite a controversial guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He speaks out a lot. He spoke out about the hot coal, where it's come from and stuff, and he spoke about the games before, and it's interesting though. What's interesting about this is because he's actually making a game exclusively for the Switch, Bayonetta 3. So it's like it's the equivalent of someone from 343 saying like the Xbox One's shit. And it just wouldn't happen, would it? You just can't imagine it.
He wants change, doesn't he? But
or like, I don't know.
He doesn't have a tactful way about.
Or someone from Naughty Dog saying PlayStation's going in the wrong direction. It just wouldn't happen. So it's quite interesting. But...
Is it a problem though? Like we don't know.
No, we don't.
We don't play Switches. Is it something that you look at when you?
Well, no. I mean, I haven't probably had enough time to say whether it's a problem, but not for me. Wasn't really a problem.
It's not something I've ever heard. Like Matty hasn't said it, or
no.
I've never really read.
I think I
care about organising games.
I mean, on PS4, I've got to say, on PS4, I do have folders.
Oh, I don't.
On PS4. I do use folders. Like, I separate them into, like, I don't know. I've got, like, shooters or racing. Just because it's a little bit simpler than just to drop down and go into it, but it doesn't really affect too much. The Xbox One doesn't have one, does it?
No.
It's my games are not.
As much as, like, I like organisation, and I do have a bit of, like, OCD when it comes to stuff like that, but...
Yeah.
Come on, I know where my games are.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
I don't think it's going to make a massive impact to how I enjoy a console or a screen just because there's a folder or not.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think it's interesting to see how Xbox and PlayStation do it next gen. Is Xbox One going to have a folder thing on its new console? Maybe.
Because
you'd assume they're going to change the interface, aren't you?
Yeah.
I can't see it being exactly the same. They're going to tweak it a little bit, I think, on the newer console.
I hope it's different, just so it feels different. Like you've got something.
I can't be bothered seeing the same interface. Even with PS4, I like the PS4 interface, but I want it to be slightly different because it'd be boring if it was just the same.
I think it has to change slightly, otherwise people, and like myself included in this, you probably sit there and go like, "Oh, what have I paid for? It's just the same." I know there's more to it than that.
So,
yeah, definitely want change.
I gotta say though, I know it's not. I am enjoying the Switch. I do like it. It's a good console. I can see why it's done so well. Because
I thought you'd like it.
Well, the games on there are just quality as well. There's just there is a level of quality with Nintendo that you don't. I don't know. You don't really get the same level. Like you get obviously quality games on PlayStation. There's a few on Xbox, but there's some crap games on PlayStation and Xbox exclusives. And Nintendo, they seem to have a solid. None of their games are lower than like an 8 out of 10. Like all their exclusives are like great games.
I'm sure the Switch has some crap games.
No, the Switch itself will have some crap games, but Nintendo exclusives, there's not. You never find many bad ones. They've got a level of quality.
They're pretty solid, aren't they?
So,
I mean, I do enjoy some of their games.
Yeah,
I've never actually played a Zelda game.
Zelda's fun.
A bit weird, I guess.
You played a few Zeldas.
Back in the day, I played
They're
Zelda.
good games. They're really fun. They've just got a simple formula. Mario's fun, isn't it?
I love Mario Kart.
You know. Mario Kart's great.
Mario Kart's fun.
Great. Pokemon, you can't go wrong with Pokemon, can you? It's a simple formula. You know. So yeah, I do like the Switch, and I think I've seen a few people kind of saying, "Oh, is Switch going to struggle when the new consoles come out because the power difference is going to be even more notable?" I don't think they will.
I don't think you play a Switch for power.
Well, that's what I mean. They've got a uniqueness about their games that I still think the Switch will sell really well.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's sold like nearly 50 million units now. The Switch, or 40, so it's already selling.
Mate, it offers something different.
Yeah, I think...
as much as it's like Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, I've never seen, my perception, maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't see it as being like a three-way battle for supremacy. I see like Microsoft, Sony have very similar products, and then the Switch is like stand aside. I think that's represented in the sales figures. Like if it was, I don't think you'd see people owning like an Xbox or PlayStation and a Switch if they were all the same like type of console or platform.
And most people that have a Switch have a PS4 or Xbox One.
Yeah,
it's most like I'd say 90%. It's a secondary console.
Yeah,
which is not. I don't mean that in a bad way. Like it's a secondary console is worse. I just mean it's because I think a lot of people like to play handheld. I certainly do.
Yeah,
I know you can play it on the screen as well. But
that's USP.
Yeah. So
I don't know anyone that owns a Switch.
That does.
Just Switch.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
There will be people.
Of course there is, but I mean, in terms of sample sizes, like I think, like you said, generally it's Switch plus one.
I've got to be honest, I'm pretty like looking forward to where Switch goes with its games and stuff in the future. So
I'm sure they'll do fine. Yeah. But anyway, that brings the end to the podcast. Another show wrapped up. So thanks for listening. And if you're listening to us on YouTube, subscribe, like, and comment below with your opinions on what we've talked about today, as that will really help the channel to grow. If you're listening to us on just the audio platforms, please leave a nice review, as that will also help us to grow, and let your friends know about the podcast as well. You can also follow the podcast on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CheckReachPod. And you can follow the guys on social media. Where can people find you, Stud?
So it's just on Twitter for me at David10Spud.
Perks.
At JG Perks.
And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at LEL3Ds, add a 9 in the end for Instagram. Anyway, that brings the end to the show. We'll be back next week with another podcast. Have a good week, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.
Bye guys.
Bye.